Welcome back, everybody. Everybody, come on in and sit down. It's back, your boy, Real Talk, Mr. Anonymous. I am back with you again. Sorry for the long wait, but I'm always on time. Back with y'all with a new podcast. Again, the best damn 30 minutes of your life. We coming right back at y'all again, man. It's been a long wait. Got a lot going on. Got a lot to share. We just gonna keep pushing and pushing and pushing and push out these shows. I thank everybody again, as always. I always start off thanking everybody for all the support that you've given me, all the downloads, all the people who've downloaded my podcast, have listened to it, commented, subscribe. I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me. And if anybody has followed me, they will know that this has been a very long journey. And I just appreciate y'all, man, just for holding it down with your boy. Continue to listen to me, continue to download. Go download my podcast, man. Y'all can go back and listen to all my other podcasts. Download them, like them, subscribe. We're going to keep pushing forward, man. And we're going to keep doing what we've been doing, man, which is giving y'all the best damn 30 minutes of your life. So we got so much to talk about, man. We got the championship games coming on Saturday, Sunday. I'm super excited. My team, San Francisco 49ers, are in the NFC Championship versus Green Bay. How exciting is that? We're excited about that. Then you got the surprise Titans with Kansas City. We're going to delve all into that. We're going to get all into Lamar Jackson and what you thought about his performance. And we're going to get into a lot of stuff. We're going to get into Odell Beckham and him getting in trouble for giving money out and slapping the security guard on the butt. We're going to get into all that, man. We got so much to talk about, man. So much to talk about. Tank Davis fight that was just electric. The other day that he dominated on Saturday. That was a dominating fight. We'll talk about AB and his latest troubles. Unfortunately, again, more headlines on AB Antonio Brown. And we just going to get into a little bit of everything, man. So we just going to start the show off right as we always do. We just going to get right into it and dive into it. This first story that I'm going to talk about is something I've been talking about for a long time. If anybody has followed me, if anybody has listened to my podcast, they'll know that I've always talked about guys in sports and handling their money right and making sure they have and making sure that after they leave football, they still have something and they're not stressed out. They're not doing money schemes and Ponzi schemes or nothing like that to get money after they made so much money. And so this next story I just recently found out, man, former New Orleans Saints wideout Joe Horn pled guilty Thursday in court to contemporary to commit healthcare fraud. Him and those 12 other players, allegedly, we're going to say allegedly as always, because we don't never know if this information is true, allegedly last week submitted nearly $4 million in pony claims, leading to payouts about $3.4 million between 2017 and 2018 of December. 10 other players were charged. Clinton Portis, John Eubanks, James Butler, Carlos Rogers. So those are some of the guys. Caldwell. Those are some of the guys that were charged in this. It's just sad, man. Again, that you've made all this money in football, wherever it may be, in 20, 30, 40, $50 million in your career, and you're doing healthcare fraud, man. Come on, healthcare fraud. You embezzling healthcare money, $3.3 million, and it's 10 of y'all. How much? That's what, $750,000 a piece or something like that. Because it's 10 of y'all in this, so y'all splitting it. It's just, I don't get it, man. I'm lost. I'm at a loss for words. I am, because it's so sad that these guys are not given the proper instructions that they need to be given when they get this money. They give them the money, but they don't show them how to keep it, man. They don't educate them in the proper way they should. And I talked about this before. There should be a certified professional that has been checked out by the NFL and teams, a financial advisor for all these players. They should have to go through certain courses on a periodic basis to make sure they're doing the right things with their money. Because if they're not, these are the kind of things that's going to happen. These are the kind of things going to end up. There's a statistic of 80% of players within the first 5 years of not playing in the NFL anymore are broke. And that is mind-blowing. 80% of NFL player athletes, forget NFL athletes, in the first 5 years of retirement are broke and don't have any money. It's all down to, it's a problem. And maybe for the NFL, maybe them, it's not a quote unquote problem for them, because most of these guys that are having the majority of the money problems are inter-city young black men that was raised with nothing. These are the guys. There ain't no sugarcoating this shit. Ain't no getting around it. Those are the guys having money problems. Most of the other counterparts, white males that come into the league, they're not having these problems because they've been raised to show them how to do something with this money, how to manage that money well, how to make that money grow for them. And a lot of guys in the NFL that are predominantly black, or athletes or basketball and football are predominantly black. We're not shown how to do that. We have to learn on the fly, and they're making mistakes and they're blowing money. And before you know it, it's time to retire now. And what am I going to do now? So that's a sad story. I'm sorry, y'all, I had to take that yak break. It's a sad story, man. It's truly sad. And I'm truly saddened to hear about that in the sports world. It's just another thing that shows what I've been saying for the longest is right on point. And I feel like I said that the Players League should take a stand and force in these bargain agreements. They should force the NFL and the NBA to make sure that they have a financial advisor on their payroll that's going to help these players out. Not to say that some of these guys, again, are still not going to go out and do what they're going to do, but I believe if you have that, you help more than you hurt. And that's just my thought and my theory on it. That was a story that came out. Unfortunate. But that is the story that came out, and, who knows? Now we're hearing a little bit of stirring around that the end of the season, Odell Beckham was telling Lamar Jackson to come and get him. I do believe that Odell Beckham wants out of the Cleveland Browns. Could you blame him? Averaging 40 yards a game. You're getting paid $18, $19, $20 million. You would like another big contract after this one, but if you keep going in that same direction, I don't know if a big contract is coming your way. So I can understand how he wants out from a certain standpoint, but also he's gonna have to give it some time, because this is your first year in the system. You got Jarvis Landry, you got a lot of moving pieces, and now you have a new coach because your old coach has been fired. So you got to give him some time, to a couple years, to integrate you in that system, and a whole offseason again to work out. Plus, you said you were injured, so give you a whole offseason to get healthy, and so you can come back and see how it works out next season, and give it a whole season and maybe one more season after that before you start talking about I want out. Just let's just pump the brakes a little bit, Odell. Let's see where this goes. Let's see what adjustments the Browns can make. Of course, you guys need an offensive line before anything, because without any time for Brady, with Brady Mayfield, without any time for anybody, you can't throw the ball. So we can't really per se blame him, because it's a shitty offensive line. So if you're gonna have a shitty offensive line, it's gonna be hard to have a successful season. So let's see what they do on that line and see what they can provide for Brady and get him some protection. And then let's see what he does with the weapons he has. And then we can make our judgments possibly next year, provided they get the necessary weapons they need to help Brady, to help Baker. I'm sorry, I call him Brady. Not Tom Brady, not at all. He ain't even close to that. But to help Baker Mayfield and see what he does. So I'm still interested in what they're going to do. I'm still intrigued with the Browns. It's a whole lot of talent over there. This was the first year that they had a lot of pieces and a lot of moving pieces. So let's see what they do next year. We got a whole off season. We're going to see how it goes. I still think they can be a very good team. It's just to be determined. We're going to see where that goes from there. Since I'm talking about Odell Beckham, I was finna switch gears and go into Antonio Brown. But let's stay with Odell Beckham, because it's more news coming from Odell Beckham. I don't know if you guys seen it. Video has surfaced. He was at the LSU game celebrating LSU championship, and there was a security guard that was walking through, telling them to put out cigars that they were smoking after winning the championship, and he smacked them on the butt of whatever they saying. He smacked them, and now this is the dumbest shit I ever heard. The New Orleans police Thursday issued a warrant arrest for Odell Beckham on a simple battery. Really? Really? Battery? For slapping somebody on the butt? A battery? So, my theory is this. Y'all know I always got a theory when I come up with this. This is just my theory again. This is how I feel. The NCAA is mad out because Odell Beckham was passing out real money during the after the celebration of players, which is we all know a violation to the NCAA rules. Hypocrites, but you just made probably $20 to $25 million off that one game. But it's a violation if I get a couple $100 out of somebody else. I'm violating. Total bullshit. But anyway, so I believe the NCAA had some hand in pushing them to do that arrest warrant, because I smack somebody on the ass and I get an arrest warrant for that. Like, come on, man. I ain't even hit him on the face, nothing. Just a smack, yeah. And I get an arrest warrant for that. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's so much hypocrisy in that NCAA. Just sickens my stomach just anytime you hear something on that. Man gave out a couple dollars. Okay, there was a violation. Now you're trying to get the man arrested. And that's just a coincidence that now he's gotten a warrant arrest after the NCAA said there was a violation. No coincidence. We all know what's going on. We all know how it works in America. And if you don't know what I mean, maybe you can look it up and figure out how it works in America. I won't expound on it. Y'all know how I feel about those issues. And yeah, go back, listen to some of my other podcasts. You'll hear some of the things that I've said, and that'll sum it up. That'll let you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, bunch of bullshit. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Should be a warrant arrest from issued for him and some kind of simple battery, whatever. If you want to say he violated the NCAA laws, say he violated NCAA laws, man. Don't come with all this other shit, warrant arrest and battery and all this extra shit when he didn't even hit anybody with any closed fist or slap anybody or anything like that. It's a pat on the ass. So it's complete bullshit. It's completely what the NCAA always does, you know. They want to control the narrative on everything, as they always do, and they want to tell you what you can do and what you can't do. But then they're going to turn around and make millions of dollars off your likeness and off your name at the end of the day. Go figure. But I can't get $1,000, but you can get $25 million. I'm lost. Anyway, y'all know how I feel about the NCAA. I'm not going to keep on going on and on about the NCAA. They are what they are, you know. They are what they are. And soon, hopefully, these players figure out another loophole into getting around, because we've already figured out loopholes how to get around basketball. But hopefully football has some kind of loophole we can get around that shit too. Because soon as they find a loophole, we damn sure gonna get around it. So that was that, which was, like I said, bullshit. To me, it was bullshit. Now we're gonna go and talk about Antonio Brown, man. I don't know what this dude is going through. You never know what somebody is going through in life. We look at them and we look at certain things and we feel like they should be okay anyway because they have money. But we don't exactly know what they're going through and what their situation is. And clearly there are some things going on with this man that none of us probably know about. There's pressure on him probably to feed his family and whoever else he's taking care of, and he's not playing right now. So you never know. That can cause a man to do some sporadic and erratic things, you know. Issues with his supposed issues with his girlfriend or wife. I'm not sure. Issues with his wife. So you never know, man. If you mix all of those things together, that's a recipe for disaster for anybody. So I never judge a person by whatever's going on and whatever they have going on and whatever things they do, because I think those things happen to everybody. They're just putting the spotlight for us to see it. But if we were putting the spotlight for everybody to see every single thing we did, there'll be a paper written goddamn on us too. Let's just be real. They'll write some news stories on us that we was famous too, and we was going through some of the things or some similar things. So I don't know what he is going through, man, but I hope everything is good. I pray for him. I hope he's good. I hope his family is good. I hope he is able to get back in the NFL next year, man, and provide for his family at the end of the day, because he's a hell of a player. And whatever personal issues that he has or whatever he's dealing with, I pray that God, helps him through that, man. It really does, man. He seemed like a genuinely good dude from what you see. Everybody has their criticism of everybody. Always tries to draw a certain narrative on a person based upon what they hear, but not actually what they know, because they don't. Most of us, we don't know him as a person. We only know what media puts out and what he has also put out himself to some degree. He has put out and painted a certain image of himself that we only see. So kind of we got to blame the media, but we kind of got to also look at him also. Whatever the case may be, we hope that he's all good. We hope that his family good. We hope that his family unit stays together and strengthens, and God strengthens them. And we hope everything is all right. But he recently got into some trouble, some police officer or something. So his agent terminated the relationship with him. So it's been a turbulent couple of months for him. But I always say this, and I'm a firm believer in this, is I believe when you're going through your most difficult days, it's a comeback for something even better. So let's all take that into account. I believe when you're really going through something in your life, it's a test that God puts you through to get you where you need to be. And sometimes we never know where that's going to lead or where that road is going to go. We just have to trust and believe that everything is going to be all good. And I believe that from the bottom of my heart. So again, we will pray. I will pray for AB, and I hope everything goes his way. Everything that he wants in life, he gets. So that was the news on him. 2 big games. We're gonna switch gears a little bit and talk about these big games that is going on. We got 2 big monster games going on Sunday at 2:05 Central Standard Time. We got the Tennessee Titans and the Kansas City Chiefs. I personally, I'm going to put on my analyst cap right now. I sometimes do that. I have to put on this analyst cap and show y'all I know what I'm talking about, because y'all be doubting me sometimes. Like I don't be knowing this. I do this. So I personally believe that Tennessee does not stand a chance. They're not going to put up enough points. I don't care if Derrick Henry does run the way he runs. Kansas City is going to score, and they're going to score in bunches, and you have to be able to keep up with them. You can only contain them for so long. They're going to score, and Tennessee doesn't have an offense to keep up with it. They would have been better if they were a New Orleans playing them, somebody that could go score for score. Tennessee is not it. So I'm predicting that Kansas City does win this game, and I believe they're going to win it by 14. 28-14 is the score I believe that it's going to be. That is my pick. That's what I think. Now, I got to give a shout out to my boy Derrick Henry from Yulee, you dig, from Florida, close by Jacksonville, where I'm from. He been doing this thing this year. He really been doing this thing. And salute to him, young king. Keep doing your thing. Keep pushing. He going to get his. We already know he going to get his. He going to break. He's a man. He's a beast among men. He's going to get his. You ain't going to be able to stop him from getting his. But I just don't think Tannehill gives you what you need to get you over the hump. He's not that kind of quarterback. He's averaging 120 yards. He threw 88 yards last game. That's not going to get you a victory. I don't care if Derrick Henry does rush for 175. 88 yards passing is not going to get you a victory. You're going to need 300 yards passing to beat Kansas City Chiefs. Mark my words. But I could be wrong, and I could be wrong. But I think through 3 or 4, the 3 are going into the 4th quarter. It should be a pretty tight game, and I think Kansas City going to pull away. But I'm hoping that we have 2 decent games to watch. The other game is my San Francisco motherfucking 49ers playing the Green Bay Packers. Hey, I've been waiting for this so long, man. I've been a San Francisco fan since I was little, man. Since Dwight Clark and Joe Montana and Steve Young and Jerry Rice. Man, I've been a fan for a long time, and it's taken us a while to get back. We almost got back with Cap, and we lost that one. Now we back again. San Francisco, we're going to take it to them. We already beat them in week 12. As you guys know, we beat them 38-7. And we just going to give it to them again. And we going back to the Super Bowl again. And we'll see where it goes from there. But I know we're going to the Super Bowl again. I highly believe we're going to win this game. So that one will be 5:40 Central Standard Time on Fox also. The Kansas City game will be Sunday at 2:05 on CBS. So 2 good games on Sunday, man. We got a lot going on. We got Saturday basketball going on. Prime time coming back on Saturday since football going to be off. So we have basketball out through the day. Martin Luther King Monday. We got games all day, man. Just a packed week of sports, man. You could just watch sports till you drop this week. Excited about that, man. Love my sports. Huge sports fan. Love watching sports, man. And I'm looking forward to these big games. Now, if y'all don't hear from me after the game and y'all don't hear from me for a while, y'all already know what happened. Something didn't go right. We didn't win that game. We didn't win it, you know. If you don't hear from me for a while, we didn't win it. But yeah, y'all hear from me, man. I'll come back with y'all and do a show right after the game. Right after both of the games, I'll probably do a show on Sunday. I'll probably do a show on the following Monday. You know, I'm gonna try to give y'all some more of this dope that I ain't been giving y'all. You know, I ain't been giving y'all this pressure. Been giving y'all this dope lately. You know, been making y'all wait a month before I come back and do a podcast. But I'm gonna give you this pressure. I'm gonna give you this dope. I'm gonna give you this real, this raw. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back at you again. I'm back on point. We're gonna try to keep running these episodes. We're gonna try to keep touching on issues and things that people don't talk about. I don't shy away from nothing. Any suggestions, anything y'all want to talk about, y'all can hit me up on Instagram at Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. Hit me up on Twitter, Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. We can go back and forth. We have conversations. Y'all can tell me what y'all would like for me to talk about, what y'all would like for me to talk about on the air, and I will run it. So 2 good games, man. We'll see how them go. We'll see how they go. Very interested in what's going to go on. Very interested in what's going to go on. Now, we're just going to talk a little bit about Lamar Jackson because a lot of people has had a lot to say about Lamar Jackson, and I spoke very highly of him. I do still think he is a lock for MVP. Now, what I can say is this. To his defense, Mark Ingram had got hurt, and he didn't look like the same Mark Ingram, and he needed Mark Ingram to be Mark Ingram. I think that's what that game showed y'all is. He needs that running attack to be Mark Ingram, to be him, because if you don't have the run, then all you have to do is keep on Lamar Jackson. But if I have Ingram back there running it down your throat, then I can't key in on Lamar Jackson. So I think what that did is show you the value of Mark Ingram in that game, because he didn't have Mark Ingram, because Mark Ingram wasn't 100%, even though he was out there. But that showed you the value of what Mark Ingram or a good running back brings to that team. You're going to have to put a good running back around him, but you're going to have to design some plays where he's not doing so much running. He gets more comfortable back there in that pocket, because we've seen a lot of high balls. We've seen a lot of balls that were not on point, that were not accurate. He still has some work to do. But for a man in his second year to do what he's did is a major accomplishment, and it can only go up from here. I don't care what anybody says. It can only go up from here. And that dude right there, that dude going to be a beast in this league for years. It's only a matter of time when he puts it all together. He sounds like he's a hard worker. We'll see what next season looks like, but I'm willing to bet next season is going to be even better than this. He's going to come back hungry. He's going to come back ready to get back to that same position. So still young dude, second year, a lot of growing, a lot of maturing still to do, a lot of developing. And I believe with hardball, he'll get there. So they'll keep developing him, and watch out for that boy, rising star. He's going to do his thing. You got to keep Ingram. I don't know what deal he got or what his contract is. I'm not sure. But you got to keep him in place back there with Mark Ingram. That tandem right there, something serious. So, and Mark Ingram just showed y'all what his value and what his worth was. Pay that man, bring him back. So we look forward to seeing him coming back in the fold next year and seeing how that works out. So, again, man, we've seen the Tank Davis fight. What we want to see now, people, we want to see Tank Davis and Lama Klitschko. That's the only fight we want to see, man. I keep saying that over and over again. Don't show me nothing else on boxing. I don't want to see nobody else on boxing. I just want to see Tank Davis and Lama Klitschko. That's it. If you can't show us that, HBO, Bob Aaron, if you can't show us that, don't show us shit. I'm speaking for the masses. Don't show us shit if we can't see that fight. That is the fight that everybody wants to see on whatever weight class. There are no other exciting fights out there nobody else want to see. That Wilder and Fury, that's a whatever fight. We already saw that before. We want to see Lama Klitschko and Tank. That's the fight we want to see. That's going to be the fight of the next 5 to 10 years that everybody will be talking about. Don't show us nothing else, Bob Aaron. You heard it from me first. I speak for the masses. I'm the voice of the people. Nothing else. Last time I'm going to say that, we want to see Tank Davis and Lama Klitschko. Now we're going to move on to LSU's quarterback, Joe Burrow, and being the number 1 overall pick. I mean, I need more people. I'm not impressed by Joe Burrow. I've seen what he did on the collegiate level. I don't know how well that transfers over to the pros, because we've seen plenty of quarterbacks with a lot of success in college and it not transfer over to the pros. He just has not showed me anything that made me believe that he was going to be great. That's my opinion. I haven't saw it out of him. The last quarterback I think we've seen that we knew for sure that was going to be a great quarterback was Andrew Luck. I don't think we see anything since then that led us to believe anybody was going to be great. I could be wrong. He could be great, but he's not a clear cut that he's going to be great to me. He's not a clear cut first round pick to me. So that's just my opinion on him. Hell of a college career, but a lot of guys have had hell of college careers and not done nothing when they got to the NFL. We got a bunch of those guys not even in the NFL no more or on somebody's bench. So doesn't speak any volume to me that you balled out in college. Can you ball out in the NFL? Can it translate over is the question. So that remains to be seen, and I think that's a question mark by his name, and we'll see in this upcoming draft. Now we're going to move on, man. We're going to move on to the one of the segments of the podcast that I love and I enjoy, talking about relationship, giving that relationship advice. Everybody needs advice. And I think I'm somewhat qualified. I might not be the best person, but I'm qualified. I'm stamped. You can stamp my approval on it. So this is something I've just been thinking about, that I think applies to whether you're in a relationship or in a marriage or whatever it may be. I don't think a lot of people, and this is just from talking to my friends and people, no one person can mess up a relationship or a marriage. It takes two, It's not one person. That one person can't just mess up. There are things that both of you guys done in the relationship or in the marriage that cause it to go south. It's not one person that's just done one thing. Like, I think we like to blame that one person. Yeah, I'm not married no more because she fucked up, or I'm not married no more because he messed it up, or we like to blame an individual instead of saying, well, they did do some things that really hurt the marriage or relationship. But there's things I could have done better, and not to say that the other person shouldn't take a lot of that responsibility. The other person may have well messed it up. They might have cheated. Whatever it may be. They might have very well messed up a relationship to being unrepairable. But there are things in that relationship that you could have as the other person done differently. And I think we all have to look at that if you're moving out of a relationship or if you feel like somebody did you wrong. Just look back. It's easy to focus on somebody else and what somebody else is doing and what they have done to you. Sometimes I think we have to take a look at ourselves and say, hey, what did I do wrong? What can I be better next time? In the next relationship, how can I be better? These are the things I can do to be better in a relationship, even though I don't particularly think I was wrong or I was the reason, but there are things that I can do better, that I contribute to, that I can do better. And I think that's the way you have to look at it in order to move past it and also grow from it. So that's my opinion, and that's how I feel about that. I think we just need to put that in play more instead of saying, well, yeah, I was married, but I ain't married no more because he this or she that. Okay, well, that may be true. But what are some things that you could have done? What are some things that you could have done better? What are some things that you could have done another way? There are some things. So I think we have to work on ourselves and not always so much focus on the other person, because it's easy to focus on somebody else. but let's focus on ourselves and what we can do better. And if we can make ourselves better as a person, when that next individual come along, we'll be ready for that next individual, that right individual come along for us. We'll be ready for them instead of focusing on somebody else. So that is my piece on that. And another thing that I think a lot of people miss is in a relationship, whether it be a marriage, it has to be equally, both people have to want it bad enough. It can't be one want it more than the other. We both equally have to want this enough to make it work. And if we both don't want it, if I want it and you don't, if you don't, and I won't, it's never a recipe for success. We both have to want this equally. We both have to have that burning desire to be together and stick together and cling to each other. If we both don't have that, then it won't work. So if anybody's out there, if you want something better, you want it better than they want it, that's not going to work. Or if they want it better than you want it, that's not going to work. So that's my piece on that. Y'all let that swirl around in your head, soak that in, for my people out there. And now we're going to end the show, man. I want to say I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in to me again. I'm always trying to give y'all the dope news that's out, whatever that comes across that I feel like is newsworthy to report and speak on. I try to give y'all that news. And I need to like I said, y'all, I'm going to start shooting more podcasts so I can catch it as it comes out, and not be 2 and 3 weeks late trying to get the information out to the masses. And yeah, try to give y'all these episodes out, pump them out at least every other week for y'all, man, and give y'all this dope, this dope that y'all want. Y'all want this dope, don't y'all? Come get this dope. So yeah, try to give it to y'all. So I'm gonna end with a quote of the day. Before I end, please go follow my Instagram, Real Talk Mr. Anonymous, Twitter, Real Talk Mr. Anonymous, and soon Facebook will be also Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. And we're gonna start doing some big things very, very soon with the show. So y'all just stay tuned. We're gonna keep working, keep grinding at it. And we're going to leave y'all with this quote of the day. This is a quote for all my entrepreneurs out there that's trying to really carve your niche in that entrepreneurship world, trying to be business owners, whatever it is that you're trying to do, trying to be your own bosses. This is for you. You have to see failure as the beginning and the middle, but never entertain it as the end. I want that to sink on to you. Let it sink in. You have to see failure as the beginning and the middle, but never entertain it as the end. Important. Failure is a part of business, period. I don't care who you is. Failure is a part of business, but failure is not fatal. It's not. We're all going to fail at some point in business, but it's not fatal. It can be in the middle, in the beginning of it. It can be in the middle, but never see failure as the end and lasting result. Real Talk Mr. Anonymous, man. Just something for all my go-getters, entrepreneurs out there, man. Let's keep pushing. When I speak this to y'all, I'm also speaking these words of wisdom to myself. Love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. God bless. Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. I'm out. Back at you again. I'll be back at you again in the next few weeks, giving you that best damn 30 minutes of your life. God bless y'all.